For the first week, and we won't be on the spot, but you want to talk about the Jets and Giants draft. So, folks, let's have a round of applause for his first official segment, Tornado Tommy talking football, covering the NFL draft. Tell us about what you think the Jets and Giants did in the past draft. Tommy Supple, lead-off segment. Take it away, Tommy.
I think the Jets. I think the Jets made the pick they had to by drafting the quarterback. But overall for the draft, I believe the Giants have the better draft with landing Barkley, the guard out of UTEP, the linebacker out of Georgia, Lorenzo Carter, and the two defensive tackles they got from NC State and Miami, respectively. I think they shored up some holes they had on defense, and they got a lot with Barkley, where the Jets landing Darnold was a big deal, but they didn't do what they had to do in the rest of the draft. I think taking that cornerback as high as they did was a mistake. They could have got a lot better talent at the number 3 pick than they did. So as overall draft goes, I'd have to give the Giants an A, and I'd give the Jets maybe a C+, because they just didn't do what they had to do past that pick of Darnold.
Okay. Good point, Tommy, but I think there's one aspect of the trade the Jets made. They gave away 3 number 2 picks to Indianapolis, and I think that definitely weakened the draft position. But I think it all comes down to, if Donald turns out to be the superstar quarterback, then it will be all worth it. So basically, when it really comes down to it, this really was a one-man draft.
Right.
Because if Donald pans out, and he's the quarterback, and he's only 20 years old, it's worth it.
Yeah, then he's their guy for 15 years, and then you know, looking back after 15 years, if he turns into that guy, the draft grade will obviously change. But like I said, as of now, just for filling the holes, the Giants, I think, did a better job this draft. But it could turn out that the Jets made the best pick by getting Darnold, because he could be a franchise quarterback, and the Giants may have made a mistake by not drafting Eli's replacement in this draft when they had the opportunity to.
Okay. Now, we do notice, Tommy, you are wearing a Joe Montana San Francisco 49er jersey. So we got to get the story.
Right.
How did a kid from Lawrence become a San Francisco 49er fan?
All right, I'm not going to lie, I was a bit of a front runner. I was born in '83, I started remembering football in the late '80s, and that's when the 49ers were winning a bunch of Super Bowls. So I became a 49ers fan, and you know, it served me well until the mid-'90s when they started to stink, but I never let go of my love for the 49ers. And this year, I'm actually really excited with the addition of Jimmy Garoppolo that, you know, we were 0-11 and then got him, and we won 5 straight games. So I'm really excited to see what he does for that team for a full season. And I'm sorry for your New England Patriots for losing him.
Yeah, by the way, I am a Patriot fan, and that is known in New England lore as probably one of the dumbest trades the Patriots ever made. A franchise quarterback for a number 2 pick. But if you're a San Francisco 49er fan, I think a lot of them are thinking Super Bowl. I mean, they think the way Jimmy G played last year and adding the great quarterback from Richard Sherman, the sky's the limit out in San Francisco land.
Yeah, I think this year, you know, will definitely be a playoff contender. I think we might have a few more pieces we need to add, like a number 1 wide receiver, maybe some more guys on defense to become a Super Bowl contender. But this year, I think we should definitely be in the hunt for the NFC West and maybe a playoff spot, and then, you know, we'll go from there. You can't put it all on his shoulders in 1 year for him to win a Super Bowl, but that is definitely in the cards for the 49ers in the future.
And Tommy, I would take a Patriot 49er Super Bowl in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, most definitely would, especially to see Jimmy G against Tom Brady. You know, what could have been the future for the Patriots versus who they have now. That would be really great to see. I mean, for me, I'd have to take the 49ers over the Patriots. I'm sorry, Howie, but that's how I'd have to go.
All right. Sounds good. All right. I think he did a great job in his first week. Let's give it up for Tommy Supple.
Great job.